TCFC.
Hello guys, welcome back to TCFC. My name is Tom. Today's video I want to talk about one of the new signings that Lee Bowyer has made, Ryan Woods. We just signed him on a free from Millwall, and what I want to do in this video is just talk about the sort of player he is, what sort of stats he's got over the years of his playing career, and what other previous fans think about him, and I'll wrap it up with a nice little conclusion. Before we get started, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to TCFC because it just makes me feel really happy. Anyway, let's talk about Ryan Woods. So what type of a player is he? Well, he's a very versatile midfielder who's capable of dictating the midfield and helping to control the play for the team in general. Now, he was dubbed the Ginger Perlo by Shrewsbury Town fans many years ago, and this is the exact type of midfielder that I think we're looking for, and I wouldn't be surprised if he slots straight into the team starting on a regular basis. At the age of 27, he's highly experienced and coming into his prime, so he's likely to bring plenty of energy to the team. And so far of the signings we've made, he's the one that excites me the most. So in terms of versatility, he can play as a creative centre mid, where arguably is his best position, a defensive mid, a right back or left back. However, it should be said that in the past his versatility has sometimes been a little bit of a hindrance to him, as his best position is probably more of a creative centre mid, and previously under managers such as Gary Rowett, he's been forced to play in a more defensive role, which fans from some of his former clubs seem to think has hampered his career a bit. Overall, his experience can't be questioned, and the fact that he was named as the Players' Player of the Year at Brentford when they're in absolutely brilliant form shows how good this player can be. Okay, so what do the stats say? So he's played over 200 championship games in his career, most of them for Brentford, but also for Millwall more recently, and also for Stoke City, both of them underneath the tutelage of Gary Rowett. With Brentford, he played 40 plus games 3 seasons in a row, which is pretty good considering how well they've been doing of late. As previously mentioned, during that time he also received the Players' Player of the Season, which is a fantastic accolade and all good stuff. He's not a huge goal scorer, having only scored 4 in his career to date. However, the fact that he's got so many appearances for championship clubs suggests that he must be doing something right. Okay, so what do the fans of the clubs that he's previously played for think about Ryan Woods? So what I've done is I've trawled through the forums of Brentford, Stoke and Millwall, his last 3 clubs, and had a look about what their fans think about him. So let's start with Millwall, as that's the most recent. I would say that opinion is a little bit divided about him. Pretty much all of them agree that he's a very solid midfielder who is not the sort of player who's going to lose possession, but there are some who think he didn't really offer too much for them. However, one thing that all Millwall fans seem to agree upon is that he was being stifled by the style of football that Gary Rowett was playing and the position that Rowett had put him in. Rowett was playing him in a defensive midfield role, and although he was doing a serviceable job there, a lot of the Millwall fans seem to think he's got a lot more to offer going forward. Now, the Stoke City fans were less than complimentary a lot of the time, but he was generally regarded as a stable, if a little uninspiring, of a midfield player. However, during the time he was playing for Stoke, the club was in absolute freefall, and once again he is being managed by Gary Rowett, who insisted on playing him in a more defensive role. Now, let's talk about his time at Brentford. This is where he had the best times of his career, and the Brentford fans give him absolutely brilliant reviews. He was known as a very creative player, he added a lot of energy to the team, he absolutely drove the team forward, is what a lot of their fans say. A lot of the Brentford fans were really sad to see him go, and even now would still love to see him back. On the Brentford forums, a lot of the fans cited him as a player who's actually able to keep the ball, which is something that has been seriously lacking in midfielders St Andrews in the last few years. His time at Brentford was plainly excellent, and Lee Bowyer will be hoping to recapture that form while he's playing at St Andrews. Okay, so my overall conclusion is that Ryan Woods has the potential to be an absolutely brilliant signing for Blues, and is the exact type of player that we badly missed over the last few years. Season after season, our midfield has been a huge weak spot on the team, and it bodes really well that Bowyer has identified this as an area of weakness and strengthened it, actually acting on the weaknesses. It's really good that Garner and Sunjic are going to have more competition for their place this year, and I suspect it'll be Sunjic and Woods that start next season, but that's just me guessing. So, to sum up, a good player in a position that needs strengthening, and I'm really happy with that. Ryan, welcome to Birmingham. Anyway, that's all folks. It was just a short video to give us a little snapshot into our new player. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to TCFC if you're not already. Thank you very much for watching. Now, there is just one more thing I wanted to talk about today, unrelated to Blues. I'm trying to raise money for a charity called Adam Brooks for a campaign to do research into something called Fronto-Temporal Dementia. Now, this is a really horrible type of dementia that typically hits middle-aged people rather than older people. It's quite rare and it really could use a lot more research into it. So I'm trying to raise a bit of money for it. Any donation, however small, is welcome. So thanks very much in advance. The link's in the description for the GoFundMe page. Anyway, that's it. Thanks very much for watching and have a great day.